What's going on, everybody? Reds here from Dojo Studios. Sort of bringing you a Call of Duty gameplay recorded by 2TG, none other than 2TG. Pulling off some epic MLG moments, as always. But kind of wanted to take this time while I got everybody here. Got the girlfriend and got 2TG here. What I've been doing lately is I've been telling some stories. It originated on the zombie videos. If you haven't seen those, I recommend you go watch them. They're very funny. The newest ones we've been uploading are even better than those that have come before. But I've been have this theme going where I tell these stories that my friend Rich that I work with tells me from day to day. He's got some very interesting stories of his days in the army. And that's sort of what I came here to at least start this commentary off talking about today. The story I started just taking notes. I have a whole page of notes here on the story, and it's quite a doozy, I think. But basically the way it starts, basically what happened in this instance with my friend Rich is that he had been in the army for a little while, and I guess you get to the point where you can have like this apartment off base, sort of like in college. I think like your junior year, maybe. I'm not real familiar. Maybe with different colleges it's different, but you get to a point where you can have like an apartment off campus, and this is like an apartment off base. So it was one week on the weekend. They were holding a party at this apartment. You know, they're banging out this bigger stereo with the big old speakers, and this was like back. This isn't like recent. This is like back in the I think back in like the 80s. Back when, which is like all of my stories have been originating, like the ones with them getting away with the weed, getting pulled over with the weed and whatnot. The cops just sort of let them go. That's only going to happen in the 80s. That's not even, maybe even some little bit of the 90s, but that's not happening anytime soon anymore. But basically, this girl was there, and for whatever reason, she shows up with no bra. So that pretty much ends up coming out. She whipped that one off. She's like, "Hey, look, I got no bra on," and she's just like walking around the house with no bra on, and everybody's just like, "Wow, that's great." And then somehow it gets to the point where my buddy Rich said, you know, having a few army guys over, having the army guys together, it's gonna stir up some trouble. They're gonna get a little rough, get a little rowdy. So they decided that they're going to have this competition with each other in the kitchen. Now, the kitchen is like, this is like a small apartment, so this kitchen is not very big whatsoever. They decided to have this broad jumping competition, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the term broad jumping, I wasn't at the time either. It's basically, I think they do it in the Olympics, where they stand still and they jump as far as they can, just from a standing still position. They jump as far as they can. So they bet $100 that they would do this broad jumping competition. And now, according to my buddy Rich, this is where it gets a little strange. Now, they tied in the jumping competition, but this other guy thought he won. So, his tiebreaker was, I bet I can jack off without getting hard. I can jerk it, I can finish, and I don't get hard. So, this dude proceeds to whip his dick out and standing over top of his on my man's coffee table. He's standing over the coffee table, and everybody around, he just jerks it and just jizzes all over the table. Didn't get hard. He won. So he won fair and square, $100. But then my man Rich, I'm sorry, it was the dining room table. I should have saw that on the note. Shoots on table, dining room. That's what I have the note written down. Shoots on table. So soft as putty, and just shoots all over the dining room table. I think that'd be a little weird to eat off of from then on. Yeah. But okay. So where are we at? He shoots on table, wins his $100. Now, man Rich can't go down like that. So he says, double or nothing. I mean, you just lost to a guy who just jerked it soft. Like, you just jerked a softie all over my dining room table. I'm not just gonna let you get away with that. So he goes double or nothing. So now we're at $200 on one card draw. Out of a deck of 52 cards, one draw. Which whoever's got the best card wins double. Man, the guy just jerked all over the table. Pulls out a king. And Rich is like, shit. Flips his card over. Ace. It's a fucking ace.
He a lucky.
And then so he wins his $200, and From then on, the dude who's second in command of the platoon was there attending the party. He passes out, and according to Rich, that is, well, like commonplace with, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with parties. You do not pass out at the party unless you are like the last person to pass out. You do not pass out because something bad is going to happen to your face.
Usually it's like a dick's drawn in your face.
Right, but this, see, apparently that didn't catch on quite much, but because no dicks were drawn in this instance. But he passes out. He's out cold, and they're looking around the house. And they happen to see some cans of green spray laying around the house. So they spray his hair, and they sprayed it in his hair, and his hair's all green.
Like green spray paint, or?
Don't know. He just said it's green spray. It's something green, and it's sprayed out of a can, and they put it in his hair, and like his face, and so he's looking like a fucked up Shrek right now. And then his buddy this is the other guy, not really his buddy, but this other guy there, his name was Bartholomew. I like that name, Bartholomew. Shaves half the dude's mustache off. So he wakes up the next day covered in green with half a mustache shaved off, and he's got to go back to base, go back to command like this. I can only imagine what that guy was like. Dude, I don't even ask. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you always be sure to check our other videos that are coming out. We try to come up with stuff daily. Go and check out the zombie videos. Like I said, you can find the even better stories in those videos, as well as all kinds of other hilarious moments that we seem to find ourselves in. This has been Rez from Dojo Studios, signing out.